Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. A follow-up on David's question on the trip to the UK. Would President Biden like to meet the Queen?
Would he like to meet the Queen? We're still, who wouldn't want to meet the Queen? Don't you?
For that.
Well, we're still finalizing what the details are of the trip, so I certainly understand the interest. I'm interested as well myself, and we will have more to share with all of you as the final details are put together.
Okay, now on the climate summit, President Biden just said that the announcements from Brazil were encouraging. My question, was it enough, and does it change the administration perspective about a possible bilateral climate deal with Brazil or possible assistance to Brazil related to the Amazon?
Well, first let me say that reaching carbon neutrality by 2050, 10 years earlier than previously committed and with no preconditions, as President Bolsonaro announced, and his commitment to double funds available for enforcement are crucial steps toward eliminating illegal deforestation by 2030. And so we were pleased that he recognized the important role of and we were also pleased he recognized the important role of the private sector in helping us find solutions. We agree with his emphasis on the necessary involvement of indigenous people and traditional communities in protecting standing forests and biodiversity, and with his recognition of the important role of the private sector in helping us find solutions. We look forward to continuing to work with Brazil, to continuing the dialogue, and we feel that his announcement yesterday was a good step forward.
So does it change this perspective about a possible sending assistance? Bolsonaro also asked for assistance to protect the Amazon. So
I have nothing to preview in terms of that, but certainly his announcements and pronouncements were received positively here. I expect there will be a great deal of follow-up, lots of discussions from our climate envoy and others who are leading this effort from the administration.
So would now be a good time to call the Brazilian president, to have a call between the two presidents?
I don't have any calls to preview for you. There's a lot of, there are a number of officials, including our special envoy, who are leading the efforts for follow-up from the summit. It certainly is significant that we had 40 global leaders, some of the world's biggest economies and emitters here over the last 2 days, well, virtually here, discussing this, and there'll be a great deal of follow-up from here.
Jen, one more. So today the discussions at the summit were around clean energy. A lot of discussions about solar energy. Would President Biden consider bringing back the solar panels here in the White House?
At the White House? Oh, that's a good question. I will have to check with probably the GSA. I will have to see who makes that determination, but we are pro-solar panel around here, so I will see where things stand on that front.
Last one. We didn't hear much about the connection between epidemic and the deforestation during this summit, and science shows that about 70% of epidemics start with deforestation. So what is the Biden administration doing to reduce the risk of future pandemics emerging from areas experience high deforestation like the Amazon?
Well, certainly addressing deforestation is not just a climate issue. It's a big climate issue. It's also a health issue. And, we are encouraged, again, by the announcements made by the president yesterday. And we will continue to work with a range of countries around the world and through international forum to ensure the world is preparing for preventing the next pandemic.
There are discussions here in Washington about creating a global fund for this specific point. So would the White House support a global conservation fund to stop deforestation in order to prevent future pandemics?
Again, there'll be ongoing discussions with the Brazilians, with many of the leaders who attended yesterday at the level of our climate envoy and others who are running point on this. And I'm certain there are a range of issues that will be brought up, but I don't have anything to get ahead of on that. Go ahead.